Okay, let's go ahead and get started there, everybody. Welcome back to another Warframe stream. I'm your host, Strange Bear Jim, and today we're going to continue where we last left off with our single player and continue working on, frames that I don't have, weapons that I don't have. I think tomorrow I will attempt the new quest. I'm sure that there's been enough, uh, there's been enough hot fixes and the like to try to handle everything there. Now, typically, this being a Friday, it would normally be with Blackheart, but currently at this time, he's doing a nightly job right now, so um, he's not really available, at the same moment that I'm streaming right now. Now, I do have plans to try to, change things up a little bit to try to get back into a co-op with him, but obviously that's going to need to be a little bit of a rearrangement with my own schedule. So, um, so look forward to some changes, I guess. Um, Now, obviously, if you're watching this, later on YouTube, then I guess you won't necessarily see too much changes. But if you're watching me, live, streaming, that I try to do daily, then yeah, we'll see what we can do on that. So, so look forward to that. So we got some endo for reward. Okay.
Ready for another round of relentless persecution?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a pain. All right. So, um,
What's on your mind, dreamers?
so we don't necessarily need to worry about the Nightwave. I mean, credits, sure, but I mean, I already have enough credits for the most part, so I'm not necessarily um stressing about it. I mean, I guess I could probably start, purchasing um um some of the skins. Um, just to kind of have them on hand. I don't necessarily want to clutter my foundry up with all these as well. So I don't know. Um, Wolf Beacon might also be something that I might need to consider because I believe there was a weapon that I need, and it's the only one that drops it, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Wolf of Saturn 6. So I think this is the one in particular on that. Um, so we'll have to kind of tackle that. We got a inbox Barracuteer, huh? Okay. Um, so if you weren't here last time when I was trying to,
Taking over the
um,
system, one sector at a time. Keeping the Tenno distracted. Making all their stuff mine. Oh, I am good at this.
all right. Um, I had some issues with um with the sisters. If you weren't around, um, let me give you a little bit of a brief recap on it. Um, so, um, Friday and Saturday, painting the picture here. Friday, I joined up with Blackheart and two other people initially, to try to grind, you know, some, for a sister weapon. Now, I wanted a weapon that's right, that's listed, you know, in the codex, on our tenant, the tenant Grigori. And I'm like, okay, this is, um, you know, Grigori, sister weapon. I should be able to get it. And, you know, I looked on here and tried to see, like, was there like something special here? Because, sometimes, when you look at, certain weapons, um, they might kind of give you a little bit of a hint as to where you might be able to get it, you know. Not it's not necessarily perfect, but sometimes you can kind of get a little bit of information about that. So, um, so when I was looking at this, I was like going, oh, okay, tenant weapons. I know I'm in need of I have a primary, I have the secondary. So on Friday, I was thinking, hey, I can give myself a tenant melee and have a nice, you know, fairly balanced, you know, setup. So, um, so it was kind of helping out Blackheart and the other two kind of, we were kind of rotating sisters kind of thing. And I was like on, okay, I didn't get it, no problem. I didn't get it, no problem. I think the rotation was like about 3 or 4 times. Um, until like well, the other two actually had Kuvas, so they weren't eligible for sister weapons anyway. So that was kind of a failure. Like you know, um, well, I mean, one told us like immediately that they already had a Kuva, so obviously couldn't really help them out too much on that. We were already, we were trying to do sisters, so we couldn't necessarily help them out on the Kuva side of things. Um, but the other player was a fairly brand new one, and it's understandable. They're still trying to learn everything. MR7. Um, and they didn't understand the fact that they had a Kuva um, already themselves. They had already acquired one, and um, so when he killed off the sister automatically dropped dead right then and there, and we were like, "On that's strange." I mean, we figured like he had like did the right kind of strike to acquire the sister, and there you go, right? But no. Um, um, so we kind of discussed it more with them, and we were like, you should be seeing, you know, like the sister and the weapon and all this kind of jazz. And they were like, oh, no, 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 and not really seeing that. I'm seeing, the name, and I'm like, oh, this is weird. Come to find out, he also had a Kuva weapon. So the sisters weren't really something that he could do either. So it was just me and Blackheart. Blackheart finally got the weapon that he needed, so it was just on me. And we did it like a couple. We did more rounds, like 3 or 4 times. Once again, Rory never showed up. So I was like, going, this is a bit odd that we're not getting it, but I mean, there's a lot of Tenet weapons, so no big deal. Like, I'm just not having the initial luck. I'll get it tomorrow. So, because like I think I did like maybe about 5 rounds or so, and I mean, there's a lot of Tenet weapons here, so I'm thinking, you know, it just did not appear. So I'm like, okay, no big deal. I'm not gonna stress about it. You know, I'll get it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. You know, started playing. Starting going for the sisters. Had a little bit of difficulty at the very beginning because I wasn't killing those specters fast enough. Um, so I changed things up. You know, got my ass in gear. Got the Zorix, you know, modded up to try to handle things a little bit better, and you know, handled my key bindings a little bit better too, to try to make things a little bit easier on myself instead of the middle button mouse click, all that kind of jazz. Um, you know, so I started, getting sisters again. So, and started saying, hey, this dropped and this dropped and this dropped and this dropped and this dropped. And, I kept on seeing weapon after weapon after weapon, but it wasn't the Grigori. And I'm like, oh, this is getting a little strange. And then it repeated, you know, and then, like it showed the Detron again, for example. And I'm like, on, wait a second, there's a problem here. Something's going on, you know. Not sure what's going on here. This is feeling very off. But I couldn't find anything about it. Nowhere was I seeing anything about, Grigori, not being with a sister, you know. Um, I didn't see anything along those lines. Like I even like clicked on Sisters of Parvos just to see if like there was something here that I can look at, but no, there wasn't anything there either, obviously. Um, so it was weird. I was like, going, what is going on? So I was checking the weapon out and seeing like, maybe there's like something special that I needed to do with the weapon or something like that. I looked in the description here and trying to find something, but nothing. So it was very, very odd. Um, so I looked it up online. Which technically I shouldn't need to. You know, I shouldn't really need to look things up online in game. You know, because if I'm having to look up things that are very relevant to in game on a wiki, then that's a failure on the game's part. Okay, just saying. You know, I shouldn't necessarily rely on a wiki for necessary information that should be in game. Okay. Um, so um, I look for the tenant Grigori and I see the acquisition. Nowhere does it say anything about the sister. It says Ergoglast, which Finny mentioned just a little bit ago. And I'm like, this can't be true. So I look it up, I look through forums and stuff like that. I'm trying to find, some additional information. And I see posts about Ergoglast, Ergoglast, Ergoglast. And I go back to that acquisition and I see no sister drop, Ergoglast. So I go to Ergoglast, which, you know, let me show you, you know, because um, it it really bugged me. It bugged me a lot because there was not going to be any way that I would have been able to find this information out. Now, as a point of interest here, Ergoglast is in the parent sequence. Right now, the parent sequence is not an ally, out of the, for the, out of all the, um, out of all the different, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, with different factions, you know, um, the parent sequence was one of the, um, you know, one of the two out of the six that were my enemies. Like I could not, I cannot make them friendly. So coming to see this guy on a regular basis to talk with him was never in the, was never out there, was never a possibility. Okay. So, just coming to him on a regular basis to browse his merchandise was never going to be in the, in the realm of possibilities. So, so the fact that I look at the browse merchandise here and I see that the Grigori here is available and you can purchase it from him. You don't have to be friends, with him to make these purchases. And the fact that these are not with the sisters themselves pissed me off. Like thoroughly pissed me off. Um because nowhere in the information provided about these five weapons right at this moment in time did they ever mention Ergoglast. I wasted hours, literal hours, trying to get this particular weapon from the sisters that would never arrive. You know, I wasted probably a good like 5 hours of time trying to figure out why it wasn't dropping, you know, and when all it needed to say, all it needs to say on this particular weapon in the codex was this can only be purchased from Ergoglast. If it said that in the description, in the codex, I would have been fine. Now, I would not have wasted my time trying to get the weapon because it would have stated it right then and there inside, the codex. I would have been informed, and that would have been fine. Okay. Not exactly ideal, you know, like I still feel in my heart of hearts all five of these weapons should definitely still be with the sisters. They should still be in rotation with the sisters. I don't care if the sisters have a problem with the animation. They should figure it out. Okay? They need to figure need to figure out the animation with these weapons with the sisters because in my heart of hearts the sisters should still be able to use these weapons. Okay? That's me, that's my take on it. Okay? These should still be available, you know, from the sisters themselves. Okay? So I'm quite pissed off that there was no information about this whatsoever from Ergoglast or about Ergoglast anywhere other than the wiki. There was never going to be, I was never going to be running into him directly and saying like, "Oh, hey, can I purchase these weapons from you?" Another point of factor here. Just saying here. Let me let me head back to um let's see. No, I can't. I have to leave the relay. Another point that I, could mention. There have been times where I've gone to syndicates here, and I've wanted to like check out the offerings of like new Loca. You know, I've looked in the offerings of new Loca, for example, to see, what they've offered, what weapons they offered, and so on and so forth. I did the exact same thing of doing that with the parent sequence. Looked at their offerings there, to see, you know, if I could, what weapons and blueprints and mods that they offered at times. And nowhere in the offerings here do you see also, um, the Tenet weapons. Obviously, this isn't something that, you can purchase from their offerings. I get it. But still, this might have been another clue like that they could have done. Like, hey, they could show Tenet weapons. You need, these particular items to purchase said weapons or something like that. Or whatever. Like, have them listed here and say you need to go in to see Ergo Glass to purchase said weapons or something. Anything. This could be another way of them showing off where those Tenet weapons were. And I would have looked at it and gone, that's odd. What's going on there? That would have been, you know, I would have seen that and you know, kind of gotten thrown off by it, when I saw it, kind of thing. But still, it would have been a clue as to where they were. Okay. Now, um, um, the um, the this was quite yeah, this, being here, I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but I mean, it might have been, again, might have been a nice clue. I probably still would have um, tried to go for the sister route to try to earn the weapons that way. Probably still would have tried to grind it that way, but still, um, it's one of those problems where Um, Warframe is really kind of screwing up with that part of the tenant weapons, and it really pissed me off. I went on their forums, I posted a message to them for feedback saying that this sucks. I don't really like how, you know, you don't have these weapons in rotation. Matter of fact, let me um, I haven't looked on the forums in like past week, so let me. Um, okay, yeah. Let me sign on in and let me see if anybody else has kind of posted there or not. There was a couple of people that posted feedback to the feedback that I gave on it, but um, but still it was one of those um it was one of those points where um okay, this is weird. I got a random message from this one person. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Um, so, um, so I, posted a message on the forum saying, please put the 5 missing Tenet weapons into rotation with sisters. You know, my message, goes like this. If you don't know, you can always find it. It's up there. But so I'm a little irritated. I wanted to get the Tenet melee weapon. Get a Tenet melee weapon. So I was trying to spawn in sisters yesterday for an hour or two. The weapon I was aiming for, Grigori, never showed. So I put in hours of playtime today into trying to get the Grigori to appear with a sister, but nothing. Found it quite odd. Why isn't the Grigori showing up, I thought. It is a Tenet weapon. I'm seeing nothing within game saying that it shouldn't appear. So I do the next best thing. I look it up online. Why is the Grigori not appearing? I saw another post about Ergo Glass, and I was thinking, no, they wouldn't do that, would they? I look at the Grigori wiki for acquisition. Purchasable from Ergo Glass. Nothing else. I wasted hours of gameplay trying to find a sister weapon that was never in rotation. I see two solutions to this. For um, you know, first information is put information in the codex, or have some kind of information in the UI to show that the Grigori and the other 4 weapons are not in rotation. Anything. Even a little symbol or something. Something distinguishable. You know, to try to make it understandable that these weapons are never going to show for sisters. You know, give us something, anything, because these Tenet weapons, you know, was told to me that they were going to be dropped by sisters. So, I mean, what else am I supposed to think? Um, or two, put them in rotation. If you want the weapons to remain purchasable from Ergo, that's fine. I don't really have a problem with, the Ergo purchase. If people want to do that, then that's okay. I don't really see an issue with that side of things. Um, but, you know, either I need information that these weapons are not in rotation, or I need them in rotation. There can't be a middle ground on this, you know, because it's not being told in game at all about it, and um, it's quite frustrating that there's no information about it in game on it. So, um, I could have saved myself hours of gameplay by going after one of the other Tenet weapons if I had at least known or had the game inform me. Okay, I could have gone. I I went for after I knew that the Grigori and the other 4 weapons weren't available in rotation at that particular moment in time, I switched on over and picked up the Glaxon. But obviously, I had to switch back, switch over to other methods. I had to go and try to grind again. Like I could have had the Glaxon already. Like I'd seen the Glaxon already, by sister drops, by the various rotations that I've already done in the past. So the fact that, again, I wasted hours of time with it was quite frustrating for me. So, um, one person said, um, I can't remember where, but I've heard that there's some sort of animation issue with this, like sisters needing to be able to use the weapon in question, them not being set up for melee, and presumably not for spear guns either, hence the Tenet Ferox. You know, doesn't matter. Let them work on it. have them work on getting these weapons usable by the sisters because, if they're or like have specific sisters that handle these specific weapons, you know, like have one sister that can handle that one specific weapon. You don't have to hand it off to any of the other sisters. Just have the one sister for that one weapon always appear or something like that. Whatever. You know, but adding to the codex is a good idea, this guy says. Although I wonder how many people would even think to look there. I did. The wiki is really the user manual of the game, and it shouldn't be. That's my point. Okay. When you're dealing with a video game, the wiki should not be the user manual. Okay. All information should be contained within the game, one way or another. Okay. So having to use the wiki for, you know, in-game information is just bad design. Okay. Just pure and simple, just bad design. Okay. They need to fix that. Okay. Now, obviously, you know, if you want to look up percentages, okay, not going to be something that you are going to be finding here in game. Okay. I get that. Okay. I get some of that information. Understandable. Drop chance tables and so on and so forth. No problem. Okay. I get that. Um, what resources get dropped from whatever creatures or monsters or enemies and stuff like that. Again, it'd be nice if the game had it, but I mean, let's face it, not every, like one thing that, like the worlds themselves already kind of tell that to you, by the extractors. They kind of already tell you what's available in these worlds, as to kind of what resources. So it's already given, along those lines. You know, so not that big of a deal. It's already shown along those lines. So again, not that, not that big of a deal, you know. Um, so it's one of those things where it's like, um, there are some things that I feel like Warframe should be showing more of, you know. Um, and I mean, I know that they're big on Warframe 1999 right at this moment in time, but I mean, this is a major issue in my opinion. The fact that the sisters have no information about them. You know, this guy says, um, that said, I definitely support adding acquisition information as is provided for other gear. And he kind of shows, the fact that the Tenet Agendus doesn't have any information, while the Loki blueprint is saying blueprints for Loki's components are acquired by defeating the Hyena pack on Plasmante Neptune. That would have been, having that little added detail, at the very end of the Tenet weapons would have been perfect. Would have been, just, the nice little bit of information that could have been fantastic on it. That said, as Tilskid said, I'm skeptical that the information being there would have helped you. I wouldn't. Like I said, I looked it up on the codex because I'm trying to find it. I doubt you would have looked before wasting all the time. Again, I've looked, because like he mentioned, there are some weapons, some blueprints, and some information that does convey where they are located at. It is in game, so So there's no, there's no excuse, you know, why it shouldn't be in there. Okay. Um, so why it shouldn't be in game. Like I said, I shouldn't necessarily need to go to a wiki for basic information, you know. Um, if this is a genuine issue, it is. I think the better solution would be to not call them Tenet weapons. I don't know about that. Since I'm guessing you searched for the word Tenet, and that's why you thought they were related. I mean, duh. You know, um, Tenet weapons associated with sisters. So yes, they are. Like Tenet weapons being acquired by sisters. I mean, that's kind of been known. You know. Um, so yes. Now them saying change the name from Tenet over to something else. Okay, whatever. If they want to do it that way, they can do it that way. I mean, that probably cause a lot of problems with the visualizations and making sure that everybody's like up to date on it and stuff like that if they were ever to change the name. But I kind of doubt that they would do that. But still, the point is still the fact that hey, Tenet weapons are associated with sisters. You typically only get certain Tenet weapons from sisters. So why are their Tenet weapons not available from sisters? What's the point of it? Why are they not associated with them? You know, so is there some form of like very obscure lore why these five weapons aren't held by the sisters? That's why I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, so um, I wouldn't be surprised if most people find the list of available weapons externally. Again, you shouldn't have to. Via the wiki, Overframe, or YouTube video. Well, I don't use YouTube videos at all. Overframe, sure, I use it from time to time for mod suggestions, not for where to pick up weapons. If you're following a Gugori build and that build didn't tell you where to acquire Gugori, that's definitely feedback for the build too, not just the game. But again, I only look for the build requirements after I've gotten the weapon. So, Overframe and YouTube videos are not within my wheelhouse, not something that I would normally look up for the weapons at the very beginning. So, um, so again, you know, I put this on Warframe's shoulders on this. So, um, Ergo Blast purchase is the only way to use the holo keys, otherwise holo keys are not much use. Well, I had, to be honest, I had no fucking idea what holo keys were. I never even dealt with holo keys prior to this. I didn't even know it was a thing, you know. Um, I think I might have seen holo keys like maybe once, but like I never. Holo keys aren't even in my inventory. Hold on. Wait. Let me check on this again. Let me make sure that I'm actually getting the name of it right. Oh, I know. I know. I see. Or no, no, not that one. I saw the fact that, um, when I looked on here, I had 18 out of 40. Okay. But if you look here, corrupted hollow key. Okay. So let me go to inventory, right? Um, Obviously, doing a hollow key. Whoa! What the fuck? Well, that's a bug. Inventory. What the hell? Did I misspell it? That's weird. Hmm. Okay, well, hollow key, right? Let's look at, you know, what does this say? A corrupted decryption key dating back to the founding of the city of Composium. Millions of these hollow keys were lost to the void when Parvos Granum flagship was bombed. Strongly desired by Ergoglast. Okay. Nowhere does it mention anything about Tenet weapons. Nowhere does it mention anything about where Ergoglast is. Nothing. Okay. Um, so so when I didn't even know that these really even existed before learning about Ergoglast. Never even seen them before, or never even paid it any mention at all. In the times that I've been playing um, Warframe, it might have dropped, in the times that I was playing Railjacks, especially when I was doing the Last Sister. Um, but never really paid it that much mind. I figured if it was, dropping, then I probably figured that it was some form of ingredient that I kind of needed for some kind of build later on, and I didn't really pay it that much mind. So, but again, the fact that one, I have no idea who, or now I know who Urgoglast is, being part of the parent sequence, but I don't know who Urgoglast is based off of that description. And second, nowhere does it mention the fact that you need them to purchase unattainable Tenet weapons. If it says, strongly desired by Urgoglast and the parent sequence, that would have solved problem number one. And two, if it says these are necessary for for hidden Tenet weapons, or something along those lines, something like saying, Tenet weapons that are unavailable by sisters, then sure, that might have helped. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, these are um unless they like highlighted it, like, you go to a Railjack mission and suddenly it like pops up. You got a corrupted hollow key. Like this is this is like necessary, like, like it made like a really big deal about it. Like you just acquired like one of the Iatan treasures, for example, or Iatan sculptures, for example. Something that really stood out. Then that might have helped a little bit again to try to push it towards, you know, getting some information out there about the five weapons that are not in rotation. But again, this falls on Warframe not explaining their material very well. And that's why I had a hard time with them, you know. Um, so, so yeah. I put it under General Warframe 1999 feedback. Um, put it under other, but I mean it's probably been hidden under, days of content now. So yeah, it's not even on the first page from the looks of it. Or um, actually, hold on, let me go back. Maybe it was. I don't know. Um, nope, don't see it on the first page. Um, not even second page. Um, hmm, okay. Um, there it is, page 5. So, um, so yeah, it's a bit, um, you know, obviously, not seen by, or probably not seen by the devs. I don't know. Um, but um, I don't know what this message is all about. Someone sent me like a message saying any text, whatever. That's weird. Don't know what the fuck this is all about. I'm just going to go ahead and trash it because it's pointless. Um, but so yeah, so that's what I was kind of dealing with last week. So, needless to say, I was not a happy camper. I posted I let, you know, I mentioned it in my Discord about, what was kind of going on. or what the what I was kind of dealing with along those lines. Um, and so so yeah, I'm not 100% happy with having to waste time along those lines. So um, but yeah, that was obviously a longer breakdown of what was kind of going on, but still. Um, Needless to say, was not a happy camper by the end of Saturday night. So, um, because I was, um, if if the codex had just told me, if the codex just had some information on it, you know, then I think a lot of this could have been avoided. So, but um, but it didn't. So we move on. So again, I'm not gonna do the hex until tomorrow. We'll tackle that tomorrow. Um, so let's see. We have Barracuteer, which let's see what he has for sale. And that's the other problem. Kind of wish that the fast travel did the Barracuteer, but whatever. It doesn't do that, so. Okay, let's see. Firestorm, Heater Charge, Volcanic Edge, Primal Transformer, Mark of the Beast. We have all those. Don't really care about the um, other extras there. Already have the Volcar Wrath, so don't need to worry about that. Um, let's see, Axie V8, don't really need. We've already got the Psylocke already done, so don't need to worry about that. Don't care about the skins, don't care about the skins. Already have the Prime Deadly Efficiency, so we don't need to worry about that. Um, oh wow. He's giving a lot of the Prisma weapons. Okay. Um, hmm. Are Prisma arrows just cosmetic? Yeah, that looks cosmetic. They're not talking about any kind of like damage boost or anything along those lines, so that's why it it gives me cosmetic vibes. So, I don't really see anything else. No, don't need those skins. I don't really care about those. Prime Stack Magazine. Mm, not really in a major need for this one. Or at least I don't think I've really have a need for this right at this moment in time, especially with it's just 55%. So um, so I don't think I really need to worry too much about that for right now. I mean, eventually I'll probably want to purchase that, but for right now, like I'm not really that inclined for it. It's quite nice that they are offering quite a number of the primed mods here. that's fantastic. Um, obviously they're not offering all the Prime mods, but still appreciate the fact that they offered quite a bit there. So, but but we don't necessarily need to worry about that. Um, um, you know what? Let's go ahead and give everybody like an affinity boost or something like that. Let's see, where is that console? There it is. We'll just bless everybody. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, what was it that I could probably work on a bit? We still have to work on a lot of the Warframes that I have yet to acquire, which, we're just six. So, still need to get Dante and Kalervo, Corix, the new site '09. And then, of course, we got Sevagoth and Zaku Primes that we need to acquire. Now, um, I think I was kind of working on Corvex a bit, trying to go for its parts last time. So I think I might try to do that, try to get the systems and the chassis a bit. I know Clervo is in Deviri. I'm not really big on going into Deviri, to be honest. I also know that Dante is also part of the, going down into the, you know, see Albert and Trotty. I know that that's down there as well. So, um, although I could probably do some, I could probably try to do some relic breaks, but at the same time, hmm, I want to try to save some of these relics for working with Blackheart a bit. So, um, so you know what? Let's okay. Let's look at some lith relics here. We have first the N16. Oh, which, I'm looking for the Trumna stock there. Oh, but I already have it. Okay. So I don't need to worry about that one then. Okay. Next is the X1 or the Zaku Prime blueprints, which I have not gotten yet. So we'll just go ahead and radiant that. Now obviously, it'd probably be nice if I can get some more of these, although I'm not quite sure exactly where I can find more. I mean, they're offering it as Sanctuary Onslaught. I could probably do like a Hepit Void grind to see if I can get like maybe one or two more. Um, but I'm not quite sure, like, which one is like the best place to get these particular relics. I mean, so, you know, this right now, the percentages of like where you can kind of get relics from, that's perfectly fine. That's something that they don't necessarily need to list off in game, right? What kind of percentages you can find, drop rates and so on and so forth. They don't need to, give that information in the game. That's quite understandable. That's a lot of information. Don't need to hit like all the, especially new players. New players would be like looking at that and going, "What the fuck are you talking about? Percentages? What?" That kind of thing. They're already kind of overwhelmed by the amount of information that Warframe has anyway. So, putting percentages in there would, you know, probably mess them up even more. Um, but um, let's see. Mesos. We have the B10. Um, which I'm looking for the Glaive Prime Blade, which I need 2 of them for. So, and I don't have any more of them, so we're just going to make these all radiant and basically say that, hey, yes, I did make and I did make my Mesos radiant, so, um, okay, next, G7. Um, Arcana Prime Handle. I have 1 owned. I need 2. So, um, you know what? Let's hold off on doing the uncommons a bit. Let us go more for the. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just start breaking some relics. Vinny, are you still there? Would you like to join me in breaking some relics? If you are. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. No worries on that. I'm just, you know, offering if you would like to join me or not. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Do I have any weapons that need leveling? Not for the primary. Stub is maxed rank, so we can go ahead and sell that one off. Don't really need it. Yeah, there's no. I don't have any secondaries. That's good at this moment in time. And Wonder is done, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. I'm sure that I have a couple of melee weapons that could use some leveling up though. Yeah, as you can see, I have quite a number of different Zaws that need leveling, and some additional weapons here and there. So, all right, that's fine. Okay, now let's see. Um, I have a lot of melee weapons right at this point. Let's see, is there any primary weapons that I could? The Hekasa. I have 1 weapon slot left. Okay, and we'll grab the Hekasa. Um, let's see. I mean, I don't necessarily need the stubba anymore, so I can sell that one off. Um, hmm, I'm not really seeing that many weapons that I can sell off at this moment in time. So it's looking like Stubba is really the only one to sell off, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, get rid of that. Okay, so I got one primary weapon, and obviously, um, you know, I already pulled out the Hagasa, so there's that. Let's see, I don't think I have any of the other primary weapons done or built, so yeah. What about secondaries? Is there anything here that I can kind of do? Now, obviously, again, holding off on building in the Vasto Primes because I need to act Vasto Prime Link first. Once I got the act Vasto Prime Link, then I'll start working on building up the Vasto Primes. But for right now, I'm just kind of saving that um, for later. So, okay, I still need the Necrocoil there. There's the Vasto Prime. Okay, looks like there's nothing else there. So, so what we could do is, seeing that, I have a primary weapon that can, you know, need some leveling, we can use that one. Let's see. Oh, I mean, we need this duration. We can, I mean, we can use this polarity for the prime rounds there. Is there any other Rosarian that could be useful? Status chance? I mean, I need a status before the status chance, so I mean, and obviously that's too much right at this moment in time anyway. Um, let's see, 8. Hmm. Let's see, let me look up cold. Yeah, rhyme rounds, status chance. Let's do that one. There we go. All right. Um. Oh, but wait. If I start breaking relics, I'm not gonna have Blackheart here with me um to get the benefit of them. Damn it. I wanted to, I wanted to kind of maybe help out Blackheart by, just kind of keeping or, holding on to some of these relics that I have, um, for example, like, I don't know what weapons he has and like, so, um, for example, I have the V9, you know, Mesa, right? Velux, prime barrel, right? Now, I don't remember how many of them I need in order to, um, for the Velux itself. Um, let's see. I just need one. But the thing is that like, I don't know um, if Blackheart has the Velux Prime yet, or if he has any of the parts for the Velux Prime. So that's why, I'm kind of holding off on, trying to break these right at this moment in time, for these relics, because, I mean, they might help him out too. So, ah, well, I mean, we can spend those at the very least. Get at least one done. Um, let's see, we have the N17 or the Nautilus Blueprint, which I know he could probably use as well. So we do that. Um, we have the T7, the Trauma Prime Barrel there. Ready at that. And then we have the E6, which, I could use these Echo Prime Neuroptics right at this moment in time, but, obviously we haven't been able to kind of get a lot of those. So, I mean, I could try to do some relic grinds a bit, just to try to get some, um, try to see if I can get some random ones. Um, but mm, again, it'd be kind of nice if I had Blackheart here with me to, so that he could kind of get some benefit out of it as well. So we're gonna hold off on breaking relics for now. I want to try to help him out with that. So, um, you know, so in the meantime, um, hmm, what do I want to do then? Apparently, we have someone having some fun with some fireworks right at this moment in time. Okay, so obviously I can't do much in terms of work um, on the prime, you know, um, on the prime parts right now. Um, I could try to see if I could help Blackheart out with some of the um, trying to grind out for some Aya maybe. Um, hmm.
You choose when you're good and ready.
I could try grinding out some Aya. I could try trying to grind out for some relics. Um, I haven't set up for the um, I haven't set up for um, you know, additional K drives or companions or anything along those lines. Hmm. Okay, hold on. Zarm and Bounties I can do together with Blackheart, so we're gonna hold off on those a bit. Railjack missions, kind of want to hold off on that. Elite Sanctuary Onslaught is something that not everybody wants to do, and it's not exactly easy. Veil Proxima Point of Interest caches, no. And Varied Memos, no. Um, Parian missions, no. Fairy purchase, no. New local purchase. Parian sequence purchase. Parian missions. Isolation vaults. Normal and Arcana. I mean, I could try to do that. Wait, Shrine Wraith. This might be something interesting. Oh wait, it's Invasion Blueprint, so let's see. There it is. Oh wait, hold on. Set it to public. I need that Stun Wraith blueprint. Interesting weapon. Okay. Oh boy. There we go. Oh, okay. I guess Mr. Volt came back and wanted me to kind of move forward. Alright, no big. Alright, let's see. That one, and that one. Oh, is this a spy one? That's gonna be fun. Okay, not quite sure why there's only one vault. Oh, that's him. One of the oh, my pet. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. You still there, Vinny? Or are you kind of lurking in the background? All right. Let's see. And then that one. Invasion. That one. This guy might be. This guy might not necessarily want to join. Okay, never mind. I'll just leave him be and move on to another one. Ha, Jesus. He's having to fight the hacking, which is fine. Wait for the Tenet activist. There we go. That should give me the Strong Wraith blueprint. So, alright. Now we'll just go ahead and leave the squad. Just to make sure that I don't get dragged into anything else. And obviously I have to kind of wait for it to kind of come along. But, you know, um, as you can see, I don't have the, Strong Wraith there. And by going to the equipment and inventory, doing a Strong Wraith there, you can see that I have the barrel and the receiver, but not the weapon itself, not the blueprint, nor the weapon. So, and I don't normally sell off Wraith weapons anyway, so just gotta, you know, wait for that to come along. Now, let's see. Let me check these other weapons here for primary. See if I had already kind of taken care of them. So Alok, no. Archnox, no. Ambassador, no. Um, Brown Vandal don't have. Apparently, there's the AX52 available now. Not quite sure what that's all about. Obviously, it's the from the recent mission, but it's a little weird that we're seeing a older weapon. Um, you know, so one would think that that would be kind of crap damage overall. One would think. Just saying. Um, it's like saying like, hey, let me put it to you this way. Um, if this is from Warframe 1999, which I'm assuming it is because it's brand new. I haven't seen it before. It's the only thing that I can assume because, it looks like an AK, 47 in my eyes, but then again, I'm not that much of a gun freak, so I don't really know like every single last, assault rifle that there might be out there. But here's the thing. Um, when you compare those weapons that are apparently, from like decades in the past, if not like centuries in the past, like I don't know how old 1999 is compared to like current times, right? I'm not quite sure. But here's the thing. Um, it would feel to me like the X52 would be like comparing the muskets that we used back in 1776 to our current assault rifles that we have nowadays. Sure, they might do some damage if you have it in the in the trained hands, but compare them to what like today's weapons are like, and there's really no comparison. You can do a lot more damage and a lot heavier damage with today's weapons compared to, you know, muskets back in 1776. So that's why I'm looking at that and going, you're kidding me, right? So, but who knows? Maybe they're gonna do like something special about them. I don't really know, but still, um, maybe you know, uh, maybe we level them up a lot or something like that. I don't know. Um, right, the gaze is still one that I need to kind of work on, and that's a lot of fishing that I need to do. Kuva weapons don't really, obviously don't really have the Kuva weapons right now, so we can ignore that. Fenmore is just ingredients. Valor is Imperium missions. Rota is the very reconfix. I don't see that in my listing of weapons right at this moment in time. So either that's a brand new weapon from um, 1999, or I mean, it kind of looks like something from 1999. So Sancti Tigris, yes. Secura, yes. Those are outside of my uh, purchasable abilities right at this moment in time. So um, still need to work on the Spore Lancer. Sporthrex, Installation Vault, all the Tenet weapons, Trum the Prime, which um, I've put down, or I've mentioned it. So yeah, there's that. Secondaries. Let's see. Icarus, yes. Icarus Prime, yes. We're kind of dealing with those. Akvasto, yes. Earth Die. Venus Proxima. Vernier Galleons and Disruption missions for the Icarus, so we'll have to wait on that. Um, Catabolus is just basically ingredients. Um, Datron is from the Zanuka Hunter, which I need to try to get. Still need the blueprint from, so I still need to kind of try to go for that. Habitat Prime, sure, we're still working on that. There's the gaze, um, which I need to get some more, um, you know, fishing for. Lotto Vandal have not seen. Onos is one that I still have to be built, or it's currently building right at this moment in time. Um, Sancti and Secure are outside of my wheelhouse, so I have to wait, to purchase those right at the moment. Spirit Prime's been a pain in the ass. Spore Lancer, we have to wait. Tenet Weapons, we have to wait. Vasta Prime, we're waiting. Vilix Prime, we're waiting. Vesper 77, that is a new one. Most likely from Warframe 1999, most likely. So, in Zelek Prime, obviously. And then, of course, we got the melee. Um, got the Amaranata, Atlas Prime, Argo, and Veil. Athos, Clamson, Naviri, yeah. Arnhem, Spinoza, Isolation Vaults, which Arcana Isolation Vaults are better. So, Azanthane is the Viri. Adun. Well, I mean, Bala is the Zaw that I'm currently working on at this moment in time, so that's going to take some time to work that out. We just pulled out the dual carry, so that's going to be leveled up soon. Adun apparently needs a lot of ingredients, which I do not have. Ekhern is the Sanctum Anatomica, from Bird 3. Let's see. Still working on a Glaive Prime. Hespar is the Zaraman Bounties, which we can work on with Blackheart. So, Anodem is ingredients. Keshka is Lungwinders. Okay, so we still need to kind of work on those. Crush is Zaw. Kuva is, Kuva. Prime still gotta work on. Orvis, we need 2 blades. Where do I get those 2 blades? Sure. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. The pennant there is Imperium missions, okay. Play we're working on. Praetos is Chrysalith, okay. So we have to wait, we have to build up our rep on that. Prisma Obex we got, so we're just kind of leveling that one up. So let me just go ahead and get rid of that one. Don't really need to steady that one a little bit more. Crisis Prime is a brand new one, which I don't think I've gotten a lot of relics for. So that's going to be a bit tough to come by, I think. So, weirdest gem finger I ever had. Uh-oh, that's not good. Brad V, obviously, we're still kind of working on, so. Ruvox, that is one that I do not have, so, or at least I have not mentioned at all. So, oh, no, wait, no, I see it, okay. Demos and Trite Disruption, Rotation B. Purchase from Lloyd. Interesting. Okay. Sempotes, Tensions Cave. Okay. That's gonna be a while. Secure Electra, Parent Sequence, right. Sigma and Lactanus. Cephalon Samaras. Ah, right. This is the Cephalon Samaras Daily Tribute one. It's like, oh, god damn it. This one's pain in the ass. This one's a Tension Cave one. Tenet weapons. Venato is a lot of Narmer ingredients. We're working on the Volnus Prime, and we don't have the Wolf Sledge right now, so. I can make a fist to just restore even after a month of healing. Hmm. Maybe like a pinched nerve. Hmm. Let's see. What do I want to do? Maybe. I mean, we can try to grind down here in the Sanctum. You know, because we still have, two more Warframes that are down here. So, um, so we still have Dante here that we still need to acquire. You know, um, and we need to get ourselves a lot of these vessel capillaries here to, to make these purchases. So, which, um, you know, it's obtained by with disruption missions. So maybe I should just kind of grind on disruption missions. I mean, I do need to get, these other parts here. So, um, the um, you know, and we have the Corvex there, so which um, we're looking for system and chassis right at this moment in time, which I mean is part of the disruption. So oof. Let's see if these guys stay for another round or if they're gonna be, or if these guys are gonna be leaving.
What do you say, Tenet? Once more onto the breach?
One would hope that these guys want to stick around for like the next round, but it seems like they,
Protect the conduit until the transfer arrives.
there's one person leaving, there's two people leaving, but one person wanted to give it a shot, so you know, I don't mind sticking around if one person wants to stick around. So, oh, heavy, heavy sticking around. Okay. Level 14. Well, hopefully they know what they're doing.
Security systems responding to your intrusion. Watch out for explosive necromechs.
Okay. Move on over to where this guy is.
Explosive necromech coming for that conduit. Put it down.
There we go.
A new set of conduits is opening. Up for another round?
Let's see. Are you sticking around there, heavy, or are you kind of done?
Conduits up.
Looks like he's wanting to kind of stick around.
Conduit transfer in progress. Stay focused.
Ooh, I'm almost out of ammo. That's gonna be a little problematic, but okay. You're kidding me, right? Kind of wish that I can get my you know, necromech in here. Ah!
How are your systems? Feel a boost? You should. I just reversed that burden's effects.
There we go.
Conduits coming online momentarily. Steady yourself. New conduits at the ready. If you can find the right dockets.
Maybe kind of looks like he's getting to. Yeah, he's about to leave. That's fine. We can go as well. Okay. There's apparently a wall there.
Good work. Come and see me in the Sanctum to exchange what you found.
All right. So 35 vessel capillaries, not bad. But you know, not the parts that I was kind of looking for there. So actually, hold on. Now, obviously, it's gonna take a while to get enough of these to purchase everything here, but okay, so I'm looking at 195 right at the moment in time. I could purchase both, you know, the chassis and the neuroptics right now if I really wanted to, but I would still need another 270 to get the blueprint itself. And then, of course, I still need to get the roadblocks and all that. So there's all that I need to do. Now, um, I don't have very much time left. Just have about 30 minutes before I need to kind of shut on down. Um, um, the Mandano is also one that I could definitely use as well. Now, I don't really see any other way of getting the um, that weapon. So the weapon is mostly, just working on the disruption, and that's it. That's all I can do. So, oh, we have someone that's kind of working on finding finding those parts. That's fine. I can try to help out a little bit on that. Um,
A Grazling. It'll certainly have a docket, but it might also have the final chapter to that book I was reading. Eyes and ears open. The system thinks you're hostile and will do everything in its power to destroy the conduit to thwart you.
let's see. What was this one again? It was. Isn't it something up there? Hmm.
How are your systems? Feel a boost? You should. I just reversed that burden's effects.
My associate will have your goods imminently, but I must ask, why do you seek these mementos of Albrecht Entrato?
Drusus, you and I are not so different in this regard. I desire knowledge. Any wayward item that crossed his path may offer hidden insights.
You're on.
Okay, there's two people that are leaving. If 3 people start wanting to leave, then yep, okay. I'm not going to um you know, I'm not gonna bother trying to do this by myself. Of course, they all left me, but I mean, it's okay. It's not like I can't do this, you know. It's not like I can't exit out by myself, so. Hmm. Hmm. Thought I heard something. That's funny. It was right on our path to get exit, and they completely missed it.
Given the circumstances,
Oh, nice. Obviously, did not get a whole lot of Corvix chassis and or the vessel capillaries out of that, so that was kind of rough. Although I also got the Ruvlex glove blueprint. Not quite sure exactly why we got that. Just a random drop? Random drop for winning or, you know, getting that particular um uh you know, defeating that particular area. So, um hmm.
very good, Tenet.
Okay, wait.
I wait upon your pleasure.
I already have neuroptics. Oops. Oh, but wait, no, I got the chassis blueprint. That's right. Okay. Um, so I just need the systems left on the Corvex to, um, you know, to potentially build Corvex there. So if I'm going to be doing systems, it's this one. Hmm. Um, yeah. Damn it. Would be kind of nice if we could like swap the chassis with the system so that I can kind of do and um, that I can continue working on trying to do the disruption, getting those materials, but still working on getting the systems itself. But I guess we'll keep on doing this until we get the last remaining part, the systems, and then we'll
Don't forget to gather up those Vosphine glyphs when you can. A bit of automated security never goes amiss.
Oh wait, they haven't actually opened up this yet.
Your strength has made all the difference. We can hold the line without you, if we must.
12, 20, 30. Okay.
To arms, Tenet. The murmur are mounting a fresh attack on the lab's sensory equipment. I trust you are ready to repel them?
I'm assuming those little points of interest. That's not really that useful. That guy's going around collecting all those little symbols, and I'm kind of defending, which is perfectly fine. So, all right.
Conceptis can probably handle it from here. Unless you'd prefer to fight on?
I don't know. I'll leave it up to this guy. He wants to stay? I'll stay with him. You know, still want to try to get the, still want to kind of keep on working on trying to get that, you know, still want to kind of keep on grabbing the, um, okay. 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 Maximus are done. Oh, 500 enemies.
We can take it from here so you can rest. But if you still have some fight in you, keep at it.
Ah, just cash. Come on. You don't want that, Oh, ouch.
Tools are there to be used, Deno. Scoop up the Voss fiends and fire up the backup defenses.
Okay.
We can hold the line without you now, if we must.
Oh well. Didn't get what I was kind of looking for, but I mean, this is interesting. GG. Alright. I need to head on out, so because it is time there, folks. It's getting a little late, so I'm gonna have to kind of call it here. I know that this is it's not showing off a lot of gameplay tonight, but um, um, but I need to end it anyway. So, um, not many people like commented on the forums, so I don't know if the devs even saw it or not. I'm hoping that they did, but um, you know, one could hope, that they did. But the likelihood of them, uh, like I said, it'd be nice if the Tenet weapons got put in rotation. But I'm well aware that if they haven't done it already, like if they haven't taken the time to put it in already um, into the rotation, then there's something going on. So they're dealing with it, and they will eventually put them in rotation, um, or they just never want to. I don't know. Vinny did mention, the dev notes, which I mean, I can try to look back on it and see if what exactly they mentioned about it, but um, but at the very least, I would love to have, I know now, but I would hope that, like, you know, I saw people kind of complaining about this prior, and it hasn't been addressed then. You know, it'd be nice if it could get fixed. Just something, anything, just a little blurb in there, just saying, hey, um, this isn't in rotation, or something. Anything. Go see, um, what's his name at the parent sequence, for this weapon or something like that. Just anything to kind of indicate the fact that, it's not in rotation here in game. Okay. You know, um, actually, here's a case in point. What about other languages? Like, how many different languages does the wiki have right at this moment in time? How many translators are going for the wiki? Um, because let's see, Deutsch, Espanol, French, Magyar, Italiano, I'm assuming that is Japanese, that's Korean, that's Netherlands, that's Poland, Portuguese, de Brazil, okay, Brazilian Portuguese, okay. I'm assuming that is, ooh, is that Russian or Ukrainian? I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming that's Turkey. This one is also like of a Russian, you know, Ukrainian language. Um, Vietnam, I believe, and then of course Chinese, I believe, is the last one. So let's see, Tenet, Gugori, right? How much? There's only been one translation, and it's in Ukrainian for the Gogori. Um, so yeah. What about all the people that play Warframe that doesn't know English? Just saying, you know, um, we Americans, we can't. I mean, um, I'm actually kind of surprised right at this moment in time. If supposedly the wiki is the next best source of information, you would think like Digital Extremes would have like their own like personal translators, like maybe working on that, but they might not necessarily have the time to it. They're probably handling all the translations in game too. But um, yeah, um, I kind of feel sorry for anybody that's um, you know, that's trying to tackle this, by themselves in another language beyond English and Ukrainian. So, yeah. Um, well, we're done for Warframe for tonight. We'll go ahead and call it here. Tomorrow I will do what I can to um, get back into starting up at 1 o'clock, because according to Blackheart, that's typically when he's going to be planning on streaming from here on out. So I want to kind of get back in the habit of doing that, getting back to a 1 o'clock start time. So look forward to that. Um, but that's going to be it for tonight. So I want to thank everybody that stopped on by and chatted with me. Kirito, Vinny. Um, that's everybody that chatted with me. But if there was anybody else that was just kind of lurking in the background, thank you for being there. Appreciate it. You're always welcome to stop on by and, you know, chat with me, or if you are interested in playing Warframe, like maybe you've never played Warframe before, you're trying to figure out, you know, like maybe this is the first time that you've ever played Warframe and you need some help with it, let me know. You know, like you can chat with me here directly while streaming. You can ask in the comment section if you want on the videos. Oop, okay, OBS suddenly stopped, disconnected. Reconnection. Hmm, okay, that's weird. Um, and then of course there's um, my Discord. If you want to check that out, that's in the description. So go down there in the description, go to the Discord. You can check out my Patreon if you want. You can check out the throne that I have. Um, the throne website, um, or various gifts. There is the stream team, if anybody's interested in that. All about helping out other streamers and other people that's on the team as well. It doesn't have to be just about the streamers. Looking for more members to join up on that. Um, Also, you know, if you would love to have a like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. That would really help out. Also, check out the other playlists that I have, the other games that I've done, the coding streams that I've done. Check all that out. Hopefully, that will spark your interest in anything else. And yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll catch you next time. But until then, take care, have a good night, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.